Anything that you got, I want it. You owe it to me.
Sparks will fly in the 305.
If you want to be a rapper from Miami and you don't respect Trina, you ain't gonna never do
This January, new hustles.
You should know how hard I've worked for this moment.
New come-ups.
You're already superstar right now, you know that.
And a new princess.
I'm back. I'm the Puerto Rican princess.
Let's bling in the new year.
Did you miss me?
Love and Hip Hop Miami. New season drops Monday, January 6th, only on VH1.
Hi, my name is John DeBella, and this is my story. I was born on June 11, 1998 in Atlanta, Georgia. I am a greatest baby. I'm from the projects. I was born in the Bluff. The Bluff is, it's like the hood, the project.
cocaine, pills, whatever you want. Yeah, what you need time for?
I just have, I got 5.
Yeah, all right, that's perfect.
Okay.
So
Drug dealers, gang bangers, all of them.
yeah.
And we stayed in the area that, like, it was close where all the drug dealers was. It was terrible out there. I'm telling you, it's real terrible. Growing up as a child, I had mostly everything I needed, you know, dealing with my mom and dealing with my dad. My dad was on drugs for a long period of time, and it was a lot of issues that he had going on during the time that him and mom was together, and that was kind of scary growing up. You know, my dad sold mostly everything we had when I was a baby. He sold our diapers, our shoes, our pacifiers. It was like anything he get his hand on. Anything. If it's about drugs or anything, he needed money, he'll take our stuff and sell it to different people. And it ended him up in a situation that he wasn't supposed to end up at. One point in time, before I was born, my dad had to leave town because he owed a bunch of drug dealers money over drugs. And during this time, you know, my mom was, I guess, pregnant with me, and my sister, she was already here. And he owed drug dealers money, and they threatened to kill my mom, and they threatened to kill my sister. And that's when my dad had to leave out of town to run, because he's running from the drug dealers because they gonna kill him. So of course he's going to leave. So he had to leave my mama for a while, and you know her being a single parent at that time, knowing that her baby daddy was on drugs, you know, my mom being young, her being a single parent, that was kind of hard, you know, and I really appreciate, you know, the life that my mama gave me and my sisters, because it really wasn't for her, and half of the time my dad or whatever doing the middle part, my life would not be as great as I have.
No matter what. Let me take you on the trip other side of the fence, where the hustle build muscle and you trap for the rent. Where the youngster get the bustin' for them stacks that you get, and the hustle game faster than the tracks.
I had an accident in my life that I regret, even though I was young. I was outside one day and I was playing with my friends, and my mom, she came outside and she was like, "Jonathan, come here, the food is done." And you know, as a boy, I'm growing, you know, well, of course, I'm running, of course, and I kind of slid and kind of broke my bones, literally my bones broke in piece. And I remember my mom saying, "Jonathan, put your foot down, baby." And I couldn't put my foot down, and I was just crying. And she looked down and she said, "Oh shit." She called my dad. She said, "Johnny, I think Jonathan's leg broke." He was like, "Call Grady, call the ambulance." So she called the ambulance. They took me to Children's Care Carolina downtown. And when we got there, they checked on my leg and all this and that. And they came back in the waiting room where my mom and my little sister was, and said, "Who hit this baby with a bat?" Now, I know my mama, she never would have hit me. Never would have hit me. So, I know when they said, "Who hit this little boy with a bat?" I knew probably they was gonna take me and they was gonna take my little sister. And so, they called my dad. My dad was cussing them out, saying that she would never hit them kids. She would never hit them kids. And they said she cannot be down here because somebody hit this baby with a bat. And they had to escort her out, and she could not come back down there. Like, she couldn't come see me. She couldn't do nothing. Like, it just like they made my mom look like she was the worst mom in the world. Like, she actually abused her kids. And that wasn't the case. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I had a 9-hour surgery, and I had my first wheelchair when I was 4 years old. And I had a cast from right here all the way down for right here. So yeah, it was tough being 4 years old with a broken leg and in a wheelchair. And that was a life experience, because they said that if I break my leg again, I'm not able to walk ever again. So that was a really, really powerful life learning situation that I dealt with. And hey, I grew older, and I'm good now. Hey.
Man, push them tripping, wanna lock a nigga.
My daddy situation of him being on drugs. My dad, it had to take for him to pay people back. Had really my mom who really pushed him over the years to really get off drugs. And you know, it was probably, I don't really remember how he really got off drugs, but how I know is for the fact that I haven't seen my dad do drugs over probably like, before he passed, probably like 17 years, probably 16. And it probably had to take the grace of God and his wife, my mom, who been by his side through it all, to get him off drugs. So praise the Lord that he got off drugs before he left this world. 2015. It was the summer of 2015, and my daddy, he had caught a real bad sickness. I don't know if y'all ever heard it called pneumonia. And I remember the night my little sister Brittany, she was in her room, she was asleep, and I was up, and my dad, he used the restroom in the bed because I didn't know what was going on. He said, Jonathan, call the ambulance. I called the ambulance, and the ambulance got there. They took him to the hospital, and he was like, you stay here with Brittany or whatever. So I stayed there with Brittany. The next morning, my sister, she banged on my room door, and she was like, where my daddy at? I was like, my dad in the hospital. She was like, what hospital he at? I was like, he at Atlanta Medical Center. So she went down there, and she was nothing but 15 years old when she did this. She went down there, and she seen my dad. She came back. Now, my dad was good that day. He was good. My family was taking pictures. All my family members, different family members going down there. I'm the only one didn't go down there until the next day. When my uncle James came and got me and my sister, because my other sister Kayla, she was already with my Uncle James. And my Uncle James came and got me and my sister Brittany, and he picked us up. We went to Atlanta Medical Center, and before we even got there, they called us saying that my dad in the ICU. They said he had stopped breathing in the restroom. And we looking like, why he ain't have no supervision? Why didn't nobody watch him? Like, what was the doctors? Didn't nobody care enough to tell us what the hell happened to my daddy? And we got there, the only thing I seen was my dad just looked crazy, like he got tubes down his throat. I never seen my daddy like that. I never seen him like that. That affected my family bad over the years. My mom was affected, my sister was affected, my little sister was affected, and it just brought me down as a person. I didn't cry when my dad passed, but it really kind of broke me down, because in 2 weeks we had to make a decision to pull the plug. When that day came and we all went to the hospital and we had to all get around my daddy, pull the plug, these people, my so-called family, they wanted to pull the plug. They pulled the plug. Everybody thought he was going to live. I already knew my dad was dead because he wasn't even breathing when they took the life support thing out his throat. So it just like, I felt like my family wanted him to be dead. I mean, I felt like him being dead probably would have been the best, because everybody used to say we was the ones stressing him out, but my dad was stressing his own self out. And how I know that for a fact is a simple fact that there's a lot of stuff that he did in his life that he's paying back. And at this point in time, he's paying back while he's dead. So it's just like, well, I won't say dead, deceased. And I felt like they was putting on us, making this thing, because me and my dad really didn't have a good relationship, but I love my daddy. And my dad was just paying back a lot of stuff that he done did.
Met her at the bar, we been kicking there since. Make you wanna get down on your knees and read it. A real southern girl with some meat on them curves. Got that word, baby, drop it for me. Tell me what's the word like. She knows she bad. She knows she bad. She knows she bad. She knows she bad.
When I had to get kicked out of school because I didn't have no place to stay, I didn't have no money. I had money, I had a job, but when I got kicked out of school, it affected me, and it affected me real bad. Because without a diploma, you can't get a job. And I've been looking for jobs and looking for jobs. Every time I fill out a job application, they call me and they ask me questions and they get to the point, do you have a high school diploma? And I had to sit there and say, no, I don't have a high school diploma. And people always tell me, don't tell them that. You don't tell y'all everything. But I always say, if they tell me to come to the interview, how about they ask me for my high school diploma when I'm at the interview? What am I supposed to tell them? So that's a big struggle. Like, without a diploma, it's hard for you to do anything in this life. And it's not my fault I didn't get a diploma. It's the school fault. I got kicked out, and I was close to graduating, and they kicked me out because I had got a good job. And I understand you being a 17-year-old boy working at a job, and you working there from 4:30 in the afternoon all the way to 2 o'clock at night in the morning. And then you got to sleep at your job. Then you got to wake up at 5, catch the first bus. Then you got to go all the way home. Then you got to get dressed. Then you got to go back out. Then you be late for school. You already missed 2 periods. I get why they kicked me out. I understand. But at the same time, I didn't have no family. And I blame my family because they helped my sisters. They could have helped me. And I feel like they some hypocrites. You know, I always felt like my family always been hypocrites. You know, they play this little role that they like everybody. They want the whole family to come together. But behind closed doors, they don't really like nobody. And you know, it is what it is. You gotta keep it pushing. You gotta let God be your strength. Because without God, I promise you, I probably won't be standing here right now. And it's a lot of couple people that I probably won't be standing here. Without them, I won't be standing here. But I'm not gonna say their names because I don't want their name to be aired. But if they out there, I want y'all to know that I love y'all and I'm here for y'all, and I'm glad that y'all here for me. And you know, I just hope the future is bright for us, and hey, we're gonna keep it pushing. Well, I started a new project called Tell the Story.
Real bitch, like I won't step back into the back and hit the kill switch. Like it ain't problems in my life I gotta deal with. Like I won't take them out on you real quick. Hey, I ain't scared, I'ma pop that shit. I ain't shy, busted wide.
At first, I had a project called Jonathan Life. It ran from season 1 all the way for season 10. From 2013 all the way to 2018, in the middle of 2018. I had that show running all the years. And I have a new project called Tell the Story. And how that became is that one day I just felt like picking up my camera and I just started recording everything in my life. Recording my situation, what I'm going through, all my personal business, just everything that's going on in my personal life every day, you know. And I'm proud of myself because I did something. I didn't know I was gonna be in the TV business because I always thought that I was gonna be a mortician, and I still do want to be a mortician, and that's why I'm pushing to be a mortician. But I also want to be a executive producer. I want to produce my own show, and I have it. Tell the Story. I've been filming for this season for the past weeks now, for the past days. I have a new season coming out December the 17th at 8 o'clock Central on YouTube.